Hello, I'm John and this is my XJ650 build. So the carbs have always been kind of broke on this bike. I've always had some trouble with them. They've either been leaking or just not delivering any fuel to the engine, and just not allowing the bike to start really and take over. It's just been not really running properly. So I tried to get mechanics to look at it. No one would look at it for me, no one would help. So what I'd done was bought a kit off eBay to repair it myself and decided I was going to become a bike mechanic, and got it running after a couple of weeks of trying. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to kind of figure it out. But yeah, let me show you where we're at with the whole dismantling of it. So when I got the carbs working on it, I'll hopefully have some videos of the bike actually running on it before I show you this. But when I got the bike back running on it, it had a seat here, a pretty poor seat. It was kind of made in the garage. I don't know where it is actually. One second. This is it. This is the old seat. Kind of pretty poor, pretty shit job. It was kind of just jerry-rigged together, I imagine, pretty much like the whole bike is, to be honest. There's a lot of different things that are on it that are just like tabs and stuck together. So I decided I'm going to get rid of this seat and make my own. I'm going to make a Fiberglass C Pan, which I already have made, and we attach a seat loop to here. This was originally just cut off here and there was nothing. So what I'm going to do is I added a seat loop, which is over here. We added a seat loop, made a Fiberglass C Pan, and remounted the, added the seat loop, made a Fiberglass C Pan, and remounted the tank. The tank is originally meant to be mounted around here, and we had, the bike came with like a smaller tank on it. I'd say from like a 125 or 250 or something like that. So I put a little tab here to screw it on and new mounts here. The next couple of jobs I have to do are take off the back wheel, take off the front forks, and take out the engine and prep the frame for powder coating. But let me show you guys what I have already done. So I'll put on the tank, put on the handlebars, and put on the C Pan to show you. So here is the C Pan that I made. Still a little bit rough, needs to be sanded and stuff like that, but solid, kind of wobbly in places, but needs to be tidied up. But I'm happy for the first time trying out fiberglass. It seems to have worked fairly alright. Seems to look pretty good. And this is the tank. This is not the original tank. I actually don't know what this tank is from. I need to do something with the rust on the inside of it and paint it. I'm going to take everything apart, the frame. I'm going to strip it all down to the frame and repaint the whole thing. The frame's going to be matte black, and the rest of the bike is undecided just yet, but yeah. Now, so what I started doing yesterday was kind of taking apart the wiring loom, just to kind of, I'm going to start fresh. There's too many wires just going nowhere off the original loom, that if I were to try fix it, I think I'd just get lost. So I'm going to start again with an M unit and new battery, kind of upgrade to lithium ion, and put the M unit, the M button, all that jazz, all the fun stuff. Hopefully that will simplify it a bit, make it a bit easier. So yeah, these are all the original clocks, and when I haven't fully finished getting rid of all this yet, because I don't want to take off the not the starter solenoid, but these yokes, the ignition barrels, is it, or ignition coils, and I don't want to take off those just yet and finish taking off all the electrics just yet, because I want to figure out where they are joining the engine and stuff like that, because I do not yet know that. And apart from that, just to show you what state the wires are in, this was in the headlight. So I've got a black and red wire here going nowhere. I've got a black wire going nowhere. Got a yellow wire going nowhere. Got fucking plugs with nothing in them. Like, it's all just a huge mess. But yeah, other than that, there's a few things to do. Everything that will be going back onto the bike is being put in the bags and labelled. All of the mounts, the screws, the boots, the air filters, of course. I got these new, they're kind of cheap. I don't know, I might change them to maybe like DNA filters or something, I don't know. Radiator and stuff. I'm just going to try, like, maybe update these, maybe the hoses and stuff. I might get new ones of those, but they seem pretty fine, to be honest. Just give them a good tidy up. The engine, I'm going to get vapor blasted. It's looking a little bit worse for wear in places. It is quite dusty, but as well as that, the paint is chipped and not really sanded all that great. So it's not looking the best. Going to get the top repainted, just tidied up really. There's so many of these like tabs and shit just going to nowhere. I have to get new foot pegs. I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep my foot pegs here or move the rear sets just back to here. I'm not too sure. I've seen a few people doing that and it looks pretty cool, but I'm not too sure. I want to be comfortable when I'm riding, so I want to kind of go with comfort over looks, to be honest. Old indicators, they're welded onto like a 4mm thick piece of steel. They're dirt, they're shite. They're just kind of taped in onto the loom, just really rackety. Like, all this stuff needs to go, all of it. Fuck all of this. It's such a mess. So all that's going and hopefully be replaced by an M unit. I'm going to put in a little drop down shelf here, like a tray rather. So maybe come down about an inch, come across and up. There's going to be two little kind of pieces to cover this here, so it shouldn't be too noticeable underneath the seat. And should be able to hide it and hopefully get my indicators to come out about here, and I might get a drop down light for just underneath or just up top on the seat. So this is where I'm at so far with the build, or dismantle, I suppose. You can't really call it a build just yet. I hope you enjoy the video and maybe subscribe. I've never done videos before. This is just kind of the first time I've ever really stood in front of a camera and spoke. So I'm sure I'll be pretty awkward looking at times. There's a lot of work to be done, but again, I've always wanted a project to do, so I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing where we end up. I'm sure it won't look like this by the time we're done, thankfully. Thanks. But